What's up, YouTubes? My name is James. I'm a mechanic, musician, and round-the-world sailor. 5 years ago, I made a choice that would change my life forever. I bought a catamaran, built a hardtop, sailed to Cuba, painted shark's teeth on the front of the cat, lost a rudder, built a rudder in a buddy's shed, lost the second rudder, built the other on a beach, sailed to Easter Island, sank the dinghy, sailed to Pitcairn, sank the dinghy again, sailed to French Polynesia, sank the dinghy one more time, got sponsored by one of the best dinghy companies in the world. Just testing it. Ripped the catamaran in half 100 miles off the coast of Hawaii, tied it together with ropes, rode it down Main Street in Lahaina at 3 o'clock in the morning, wrote some magazine articles, started a Kickstarter campaign, bought a boat I can't rip in half. And now, 9 months after getting her ready for sea, I'm finally cutting the lines for the second time, and I'm ready to find my next adventure. In today's episode of Sailing Zingaro, we are going to finally leave the marina, raise the sails, and head off for the beautiful island of Bonaire. This is the Maiden Voyage. Let me introduce you to the crew. That's me, Captain James. The Caribbean beauty you see dancing in front of you is Stephanie. The only other sailor on the team is Captain Kai, the sea glass guy, and the swab for this adventure is Alex. And who can forget the ship's mascot, LC, Kai's little coconut. The first order of business is to wave goodbye to Curacao, get a buzz by the local Coast Guard, and teach the crew how to properly sail this big 50-foot sailboat.
I present you the silver handle.
The silver handle?
Yes.
Oh.
It's the almighty handle.
This is what you need for sailing.
Your new best friend.
Okay.
This right here. They put it in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Woo!
Okay.
Okay. So what am I doing?
Go the other way.
Oh, I got it. I came a long way. Yeah, I was doing good.
Want to sail for a minute and turn the motor off?
Yeah?
Okay.
Let's do it.
We're gonna have to go out another sail though. Look,
Well, you have to show me.
the way that I wrap these up, see how it's a coil of ropes going with two going over it?
Yeah?
This one goes all the way around the winch like that.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
all you need to do is grab the top, flip it over, and then let it go. Pull it in here so it doesn't get all caught up. And this controls that, okay? You gotta pull this and into the cockpit so it doesn't get wrapped up into here, okay?
Yeah?
While you're doing that. Don't do it yet.
Okay.
There's another piece to the puzzle. This is the furler. So this is the line that goes into the drum at the bottom, and as it goes out, it winds up the line, and then I can just pull the line and it'll wind back in the sail. I mean, it's not that easy, but that's how it goes, yeah. This was just set up for import. This is a cool knot. It was really, really tight, but I can just break the back of this and break the back of this side, and it'll come right out. Like, it can get super tight, and it'll always come out. Okay. Now,
Unwrap it.
hey, stop. We got a little knot. Hold on a sec.
Okay.
Pull that side. You might want to put it on that winch. Like this up here. Put this on this winch. Pull it. Get it out of there. Okay, there we go. I got it.
Oh, yeah.
We got your soul. Hunting alone.
Okay, it's telling me the rudder sensor is not calibrated. That's my autopilot, so I am going to try to calibrate the rudder sensor. So what we need to do is go in here to menu, setup, system, system information, and then you hold this middle button for 5 seconds and you get to the dealer mode. Then we go back and we've got dealer autopilot configuration, wizards, dockside wizard, begin. Sailboat, drive class A, move the rudder to position that is fully starboard, then select OK. Hey guys, can you turn the wheel all the way to the right? Okay. Okay, fully port. Okay, now center it. Okay, so I've been dealing with this autopilot problem since we left Curacao. The first autopilot, which is this one, down inside the boat, the clutch just decided not to work anymore, and it said clutch failure and clutch overpower, so I was figuring it was screwed. So I took it out and put in the spare, and that one worked for a little while, and then that one started going out, and that one doesn't respond to the motor anymore. So the motor's gone on the second one, and the clutch is gone on the first one. So I put the first one back in just to film that I was doing this job. And then it worked! So what I'm thinking is, if you look here, there's a big piece of, like a dent in this thing where, I don't know what happened, but it must have gotten a piece of like metal in there. And it looks like it would be hanging up here somehow, because that's a big piece that's like pushed to the side. So I'm gonna take a Dremel tool and I'm gonna clean that up a little bit. Okay, dinghy repairs are commencing on this thing. You see how bad it is? Oh, poor dinghy. So yeah, this happened. This seam is leaking badly. This rub rail came off. It's full of water still. And this seam is leaking. And this seam is leaking. So it needs some major work, man. It's pretty bad shape. Pretty bad shape. What I think we're gonna do is take off everything that's bad, scrape off everything that's bad, and then make patches and just glue the shit out of them. This is a lot of prep. We've got some recommendations from a guy that used to work at a dinghy shop to use toluene as like a reducer for the glue. That's toluene.
And a cleaning agent for the old glue.
Oh, and look, my crew's on the way. See her? Swimming in right there. Trying to keep her head above water. How was the swim? Here's lunch.
That's good. Sweet.
They're gluten-free arepas.
Oh.
Open it up, show.
Oh, okay.
This is like the best arepa I've had in so long.
Cheese, avocado.
Take a bite, see if it's good.
Looks good.
Yeah? You look so cute in your leopard print bikini.
Wow.
Turn around, show me some. It's gonna be a pain in the ass, but we're on the dock in Bonaire. There's nobody here that can do this repair, so we're gonna do it ourselves. And thank God this guy's here. Thank you, Phil, for coming up, man.
Yep.
I'm very, very happy to have help for this.
captain sends the crew to the grocery store to get baby powder to continue the project. All right, I had my hand elbows deep in here cleaning, and I realized when I had my other finger in this slot that there was a hole, and it's right here.
Open it? Oh, that's a huge hole. Holy schmoly.
Yeah. So.
Oh, you ripped that open. That's what happened.
I mean,
that's what happened. You're like, oh, I had an epiphany, James.
No, well, it may have gotten bigger as I was cleaning, but I needed to vigorously clean the crack out. I may have poked it bigger.
Hey, do you like to vigorously clean the crack?
No.
You've completely destroyed my dinghy. Thanks a lot, sir.
I don't think
very much appreciate that. Oh boy, this is bad. I think that was a pretty good patch, man. That's as good as we could get from
I think we should maybe
inside to outside to inside, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that I'm liking. Want to try blowing it up and seeing if it'll hold a little bit of air?
just 0.1 psi just to get the shape.
Yeah.
Good job, James.
Looking good, man.
It's coming together. Air's leaking out.
It's leaking?
So what happened was we found an air leak that was in the vicinity of the patch, but not covered by it. So James
It's
is gonna
here.
attempt a repair.
Here is where it's leaking. This seam, we hadn't counted on this seam breaking open, and I think we just broke this seam open. This is the seam that's leaking now. Okay, that should be good. I sealed that seam again, so let's try pumping it up again.
All right.
And then you go ahead and pump, and we'll. Okay, easy. I can't tell where it's coming from, man. We can definitely make a patch like this. Let's see those patches. Okay, well, our repairs from the inside are going okay, but we noticed there's many more leaks as we pump it up. So now this seam is leaking, this seam is leaking, this seam is leaking, and this seam is leaking. I don't know if we have enough hypalon to do the whole thing. I mean, we're basically building a dinghy here. We need a dinghy. This sucks.
How's it going here?
I think we're done.
You're done?
Yep.
Sweet. Is it fixed?
Nope.
Okay.
But I think it will be tomorrow.
That's it for this week's episode of Sailing Zingaro. Join us next week as we finish the dinghy repairs, explore a bit of the island, and head off to sail the 120 miles to the last of the ABCs, Aruba.